Average Dude has something to say about...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today's episode is going to be much more serious in nature as opposed to the last couple that I've done. Adria Richards. This is the story of Adria Richards. She single-handedly put the tech world in an absolute crisis situation. She simply put, Adria Richards is a wolf in sheep's clothing who got attacked by other wolves. And, oh man, I think it's important to start off by where I'm coming from this situation. Okay, here's my story, because I think it's actually relevant based upon what I'm going to say on the matter. I am one of those boys who grew up being physically abused by his mom, and, well, her mom too, the women. Abused me, beat me. Okay? And nobody ever talks about that. So this is a little background on me that I'm willing to share about bullying and abuse and those who get abused. Alright? Now, beaten, always the face, paddle, what's a paddle? A metal spatula, any kitchen utensil, bloody noses all over, sitting up on a bar stool, oh no, whacked, and fall right to the ground. That's why I don't like sitting on those stupid, hot, really tall chairs at restaurants. Even as an adult, I don't like it when my feet aren't touching the ground because of that, because of what happened when I was a little kid. I mean, when you're a boy and you get beaten by your mom, nobody ever came to your defense, and I mean nobody. I mean, I asked for help and I learned very soon not to talk to anybody because I was always told the same thing. Women are allowed to do that, and, oh, it's different. You're a boy. Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Women get to abuse and beat the crap out of their boy children, and it's somehow acceptable. No help. So, this is where I'm coming from when it comes to this. I am the poster child of what happens when a boy is abused by women. I have every reason, based upon my situation growing up, to hate all women, but I don't. Because when it comes to situations like this, people that have been abused, there are some that become what they hate. They become the very thing that was done to them. I don't judge all women. These people who do, they have miserable lives, because when you wage a war on half of the human population, I mean, male, female, roughly half, doesn't matter which gender, you're going to have a miserable time dealing with people. You can't do that. It's going to ruin your life and make it difficult having relations with others. Okay? Just because some women wronged me, I know that there are good females out there. I have a wonderful, loving wife, okay? I couldn't have that if I had a chip on my shoulder about all women. And the same thing goes with women and their views on men who have wronged them, having a chip on their shoulder about men. Okay? A lot of times, there are times when they become the bullies and the abusers. Okay, and this is where I'm going to call Adria Richards out, because, honey, just based upon what I'm reading from your comments and your conduct, I am having a very hard time believing that you have genuinely and truly been a victim of abuse and bullying and anything, and sexism like you pretend to be. Here's 3 words that everyone who has been bullied and abused understand. Number 1, fear. Terror. You know what's coming. Something's going to happen to you, and it's going to happen again and again and again and again. Ooh, yeah, you know fear. Number 2, hopelessness. As I said, I asked for help, and the situation got worse. You feel hopeless. Little boys or little girls, it doesn't matter. When you ask for help when something really bad is happening to you and your situation gets worse, you feel so hopeless. Hey, last bit, freedom. Number 3, freedom. When you no longer have to be afraid, when your situation is over. And this is where people who have been bullied and abused, they're in denial for a while. They don't believe or accept that they're safe. Hey, they have no reason to believe it. They've had all this time of being abused. Why should they feel safe? But then that moment hits where they realize I no longer have to be afraid anymore. Okay? I don't get this vibe from Adria Richards at all. I mean, yeah. Those who do this, if she ever was, she became what she hated. Bullies always have a sob story. Have you noticed that? Guys, I was wronged by a woman and I hate all women. Oh, that's great. You just became part of the problem. And girls, women who are wronged by a man or two, all males are bad. Congratulations, you just joined the problem. Okay? It's about attitude, personality, and it's about, ultimately, what bullies do to people. It's not about gender, or race, or sexual orientation. So I'm going to, right now, talk about the situation because, I have a lot to say. Okay, Adria Richards was a developer evangelist at a tech company called SendGrid. I know that job title's questionable at best. She attended a Pycon conference in Santa Clara, California. It's basically a conference for techies who develop software. It's about the Python programming language. Imagine that. People who would develop software attending a conference about programming languages. Anyway, two guys from a company called Playhaven were sitting behind her, and they were talking about dongles and forking. I'll get to that in a bit, but you know what? Unbelievable. She thought that let's talk about it right now. She thought forking. Forking is when you take code from a program and you modify it a little bit so that you create a new program. If you created it's like basically you have a doll that has no color and you decide to mass produce that doll in different colors. The template is there, you're just borrowing that template and you're just modifying it for each and every different one that you want to make and sell. That's what it is. And somehow she thought that was sexual. No, it isn't. Adria, what were you thinking? Dongle. Okay, a dongle is a term for anything that connects to the computer, externally connects to the computer. Through the serial port, USB port, it doesn't matter. So a flash drive that you throw in and connect to your computer's USB port. Okay, that's a dongle. The size of the dongle. In other words, a penis joke. When I first heard this story, I honestly thought, I was like, oh God, it's another man making a statement about a woman's body. In other words, that guys making boob and vagina jokes. No, they were actually talking about male reproductive organs. Something that she did not have and had no business butting in on. Yeah, she felt uncomfortable about two guys having a private conversation talking about it, making a dick euphemism. And ironic because on her Twitter feed, she's quite the hypocrite. She makes jokes about dicks a lot. Ooh, yeah. Gotta love that hypocrisy. She was making, she was telling some guy, stuff that sock and put a whole bunch of socks in one sock and then stuff it down the front of your pants. Ooh, sigh, blush. What a piece of work Adria Richards is. What a hypocrite. Honey, you have absolutely no business whining and complaining about two men talking about their body part when you make lewd, sexist comments and degrading comments about their male body parts yourself. During company time, no less. Unbelievable. How unprofessional and sexist this woman really is. I'm disgusted. And when it comes to these guys, what were you two thinking? You were comfortable making jokes while on the job, conference or not? The work atmosphere is so toxic. People are so afraid to even breathe wrong for fear of losing their jobs. Whether they're at a company picnic, let alone anything else. Making sexual jokes. Come on, you guys. Unbelievable. This woman throws a hissy fit. Can you imagine if a man was at this conference, overheard women talking about menstruation or PMSing, and he decided to turn around, smile, take a picture, and then humiliate them publicly over the internet and abusing his media presence. Because Adria has she is a media attention star. She has quite the internet following, and this is not the first time that she has abused her power of her media audience. This is what you will find. There were two people that were fired, her and the one guy. Another guy was not fired, and probably because his employer took a look at his personnel file, found nothing else. These other two got fired, I hate to say it, even the guy, because there was other stuff there. And her too. This is not the first time that she has done this. The links are all down below. Take a look at them. I'll let her actions speak for themselves. She is far from laudable. Hey, oh my God, this guy lost his job. He's got 3 kids. So these children who did nothing wrong, innocent children, are paying the price because the adults in the situation were stupid, selfish, vindictive, and just childish. The kids are suffering because of the adults. You have what Adria did, you have these guys making stupid jokes, and you have these employers both publicly fired their employees. Adria and this guy, you don't publicly firing? Oh, come on. That is something that you do in private. So this guy loses his job, Adria loses her job, and this is where the online harassment for Adria starts. Rape and death threats. Okay, I'm not even going to bother to talk about how ridiculously unacceptable that is. Men. Okay, both bullied. Adria Richards is a bully. She took a picture of these guys and she publicly attacked these guys via the internet and used her fan base to absolutely ruin their life. She knew what she was doing. This isn't the first time that she's done this. But the first time someone's gotten fired over it, and now she's sorry about that because she knew what was coming. Ooh, she knew that she lit a powder keg and everything was going to explode in her face. Okay? Adria, do not bully other people. And all the people offering her death threats and rape threats, stop bullying her. You're not part of the solution, you're part of the... Stop being part of the problem! Enough said.